And it looks like we live. And it looks like we live. Let's see. And it looks like we Nope. Let's mute that, shall we? My bad, y'all. Mute this as well. That's good. Check 1 2, check 1 2, check 1 2. Oh my God, Scotty Barnes got the Jack Harlow hat on. Oh my goodness. Looks like everything is good. Live on assist, we up. Facebook, we on. YouTube, we on. And I got my people popping up. What's good? Thank you all for being here. I am Eric Vincent, and welcome to another day, another round of Detroit Pistons basketball action today. The Detroit Pistons, #1 in the Eastern Conference, taking on the #6 seed Toronto Raptors on the road. Just making sure everything is set and in good order. If you're here in the chat, say what up, though, so I know everything is good. Let me know if the volume is okay. Let me know if the clarity is all set. Set here, set there. Don't call him the Rookie of the Year, Scotty Barnes. I don't like that. I'm still mad about that. If you're a real Piston fan, you don't forgive Scotty Barnes for stealing Rookie of the Year from Cade. Like, that's just a flagrant no-no. I don't care what nobody say. Scotty having his success, and Cade's doing his thing now still with the Pistons, but I still have not forgiven that Rookie of the Year situation. Good here, good here, good here. Everything looking smooth, everything looking okay. Hit me up in the chat if you hear. We got black manners here over here on the broadcast. When you step inside my broadcast, when you're here inside the house, you got to say what up. So hear me and say what up if you're here in the chat. You can't just walk into somebody's house and not say what up. Let's see how everything going. Let's see what we got. Motor City Leos, what up, though? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's see if everything's smooth. Richard, what's happening? What up, though, Richard? What up, though, James? Everything sound okay? Everything look good? I think everything is in order. Thank you all so much for being here as the Detroit Pistons going for their regular season win number 49 is what they're going for today. Currently at 48, going for 49. Everything looks smooth right now. Everything looks all right. Prime Time, what's good? What up, though, Prime Time? Appreciate everybody being here. Or if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and locked into the channel. I appreciate the support. I appreciate y'all for watching. Everybody watching on live on assist as well, I appreciate you being here. Everybody watching on Facebook, I appreciate you being here. Been having an absolute blast sitting here watching these games with y'all, man. It's been a good time. I really hope we can keep this thing rolling
Prime time
into the Pistons playoffs. Oops, let me mute that as well. Sorry. Getting all this feedback. Feedback here. Off, off, off. All right, good. Let me get here, get the sync up, make sure we good on the clock. I ain't gotta do it yet. I'll wait. Let me wait. Let me wait. Here we go. Possible first round preview. It could be. They've been sliding a lot. The Raptors been sliding a little bit. I think they on a. Are they on a losing skid? I saw they just played the Suns, but I didn't see how that game ended. I saw Jalen Green got cleaned at the glass by Scotty Barnes. But I did not see how that game ended. Let me take a look and see. Okay, yeah, so they've lost 4 out of 6 so far in the month of March. They lost to the Knicks, lost to the Timberwolves, lost to the Rockets, lost to the Pelicans, but they did beat the Mavericks. And the last game we were just talking about, on 3-1-3 day, they did beat the Phoenix Suns 122-115. Okay, got it. 1-8 later, they 6 now. Yeah, they 6 in the East, while the Pistons still reign supreme as the number 1 seed, which is always hilarious to me because I see a lot of chatter on social media. I see it on TV. You see a lot of these talking heads talking about who the number 1 team in the East is. I wish they would just frame questions correctly, because when they have a lot of these convos of who the best team in the East is right now, it's the Pistons. The Pistons are still the best team in the East, but a lot of these conversations are prolonged to where they think is going to happen in the postseason. So a lot of people talk about what the playoffs are going to look like and what the championship run is going to look like. We're not in the championship run yet. We're talking about as it stands right now in this current moment. And the Detroit Pistons have been the best team in the Eastern Conference all season long. Now, if you think Boston is going to be better because they got Tatum and they're getting healthy, even though they lost Vucevic, heading into the playoffs, then that's fine. But I'm a very detail-oriented man. I appreciate people being specific with what they're talking about. And I just wish people would be a little bit more deliberate and intentional about what they say when they're talking about the Pistons. I think that's why you see a lot of teams and a lot of players get kind of skewed out with awards, because I feel like people are prolonging and talking about the future instead of what's happening in the current moment. I think that's why Cade is still getting played in MVP conversations. I think that's why you see Jalen Duren, even though he's number 1 in the MIP conversation as it stands right now, you still hear a lot of these conversations going the same way, where people are continuously talking about what things are going to look like down the line instead of where they are in the current moment. But that's just me, I guess. Very excited about the regular season success the Pistons are having. Even if Cade doesn't win MVP, I mean, it could be a long stretch considering what OKC has been doing. OKC, I think, just beat the Timberwolves today. Yep, 116-103 final score. Shea just got through that 20-point mark. Didn't have a good game. Scored 20 points, but shot 7-22 from the field, but had 10 assists to go with it, so that makes up for the inefficiency. So, yeah, Cade still got an uphill battle to go on that MVP race, but it's okay. It's all good. I'm not tripping about that. Heisenberg Blue, what up, though? Let's get this dub indeed. Let's get to it. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for being here. They got clear weaknesses, but people calling them frauds again after a 4-game slide is insane. I hate national sports media so much. Yeah, I understand the frustration 100%. Now, again, yes, it's 100% valid to be concerned about that 4-game slide that they went on with how they were playing. However, it doesn't change anything. Like, people who call this team frauds, which makes no damn sense. You can't be, let me make sure I got this number right. You can't be 48-18 and have basically had a chokehold on the Eastern Conference since, November? And you're frauds? Nah, bro. It's not like the Pistons just swiped this lead. It's not like they just got into the position that they're in. They've been in control of the Eastern Conference. Nobody else is taking first place in the East since the start of the damn season. The Pistons have been number 1 all season long in convincing control. And this is through injuries. This is through roster movement. This is through a lot of other issues that they've been having. They still found a way to be successful. And that does not make you a fraud in any way, shape, or form. Speaking of injuries, we got great news for the Detroit Pistons. Asar Thompson is back in action. Asar Thompson is back in action. As Mason would say, the stop sign number 9. Asar is back in the starting lineup for the Detroit Pistons. And that is a huge plus for them. That is a huge plus for the Pistons. Great to see him back at the 3 spot. But it does bring a lot of questions. Before we get to those questions, so yes, Asar is back in the starting lineup. There will be no Beef Stew today. He's dealing with a left calf strain, which unfortunately does not have a timeline for return based on what JB Bickerstaff has said. He does not have a timeline or an ETA for Beef Stew coming back to the lineup of the rotation, which is not great news. Hopefully it's not super serious. Hopefully he can get back soon. But no Beef Stew. Tobias Harris is back in the starting rotation, which is good news, just in terms of his offensive production. That's great news for the Pistons. But it does bring some questions now because we did see a lot of things go well for this basketball team. We saw Marcus Sasser starting in the absence of Asar Thompson, and you saw what this offense looks like when you have another shooter to pose as a threat against the defending of opposition. You saw teams have to stretch out and guard the Pistons in space, and it was just different. It was completely different. So what they look like now and how they adjust is going to be very, very interesting for this team. Here we go. Where we at? Okay, we good. Got the sync up. Got the clock ready. I think everything is in order now. I think we good to go. Pistons first on the board. Crank this volume up a little bit. Ingram triple. RJ Barrett offensive rebound with the lefty, knocks it down. Scotty Barnes taking on the challenge of guarding Cade Cunningham again, as he always does. Cade and Scotty always guarding each other when they play against one another. The Montverde boys. Ooh, that's an offensive foul on Duncan Robinson. Yeah, you can't throw your arms like that, Dunk. You made contact, but you can't shove your arms out in the way like that. Coach B. Amaro, what up, though? What's good, Coach? Appreciate you being here. Thank you for the support. Go Pistons. I appreciate your time. Everybody checking in. Make sure you hit that like button on the way in. Oh, no. RJ Barrett with an easy flush. I don't like that. Uh-oh. Bad turnover to start by Tobias. Here we go. Sargard and Brandon Ingram switched out on Duncan Robinson. Goes at Duran, finishes strong with the left hand. Yikes. Pistons coming out a little flat in the matinee action. Asar Thompson with the ball. 9-on-9. We got him guarded by RJ Barrett. And we got a 3-second call on the Raptors. Cade knocks down the free throw. Cade been a little better at the free throw line as of late, which I'm happy to see. Yeah, Jakob Poeltl, that's what I thought. Just making sure. I don't want to get nobody's name wrong. Jakob Poeltl 3 in the key. Duncan Robinson driving to the lane. Gets a foul on Jakob Poeltl on the drive. Duncan getting a little fearless with his offensive game. I'm happy to see that. I think Duncan has always had a role where he can just come off the bench as a role player and be a sniper. But as a 30-minute guy that's been playing a lot of logged minutes for this team, he's done a good job of doing a lot more. Drawing charges, playing defense, but missing free throws. Can't have you missing free throws, Dunk. As a sniper of this team, you got to be knocking down your free throws. Duncan at the line for number 2. There we go. Yeah, defenses aren't going to count on their scouting report of Duncan driving to the hoop. Him being able to do more than just being a spot-up shooter does a lot for this basketball team. Brandon Ingram, nice midi knockdown. Cade bringing the ball. Cade hasn't taken a shot yet. Cade gets a screen from JD, drops it off, gets ripped by Quigley. Very nice. Or Quickly, excuse me. Everybody calls him Quigley. It's Quickly. Let's see what they do. JD at the line. Missed it. Yeah, Durham versus Poeltl is going to be a key matchup. Pistons got the 5 wins on them, but a lot of the numbers are pretty similar. Even though JD averaging more points, a little less rebounds, not as good of a shot blocker, but I think the Pistons still got better help around him with Cade and Asar. And then Ron Holland off the bench. Scotty good pass to Quickly. Oh. Asar with a block on Quickly. I think he got him in the face. Asar went for the up fake, got a bad foul. Not a bad foul. It's not a terrible foul, but pretty physical. Jumped up. Got him over the eyes. Let's see what happens. I don't think this should be Guys, come on. We don't need to review this. He's clearly trying to block a shot. This cannot be a flagrant. Come on, bro. Let's let this one rock. We don't need to be pausing the game every 2 seconds for these reviews. Let's keep this thing moving, please. Cade back to struggling from 3. Need that post All-Star game, Cade. I agree. He was heating up a little bit. I mean, Cade had a nice, few stretches. He isn't taking a shot yet. Cade is not taking a shot. Was he cold last game? He hasn't shot a lot over his last couple games. He's really been in his Chris Paul bag where he's just facilitating and letting everybody else eat. But over the last couple games, Memphis, he only took 4 threes, knocked down 2 of them. Only took 2 threes against Philly, didn't make any of them. But before that, 4 or 5 against the Nets, 6 or 9 against the Heat, 4 or 7 against the Spurs. Those are encouraging numbers to see. Yeah, Pistons, they need Cade to be active and effective from the 3-point line. He can't be shooting like Ben Simmons from deep. Common foul. Tack to Asar, no problem. Quickly knocks down both. Here comes Cade, gets a screen from Asar. Still got Scotty Barnes hounding him. Scotty making himself a nice DPOY case this year. He's been really good on the defensive end. I'll give him his credit. Asar gets ripped up by Poeltl, not good. Here comes Scotty Barnes. Plays a lot of their point forward role. Scotty from mid-range, air ball. Ha! I don't care. I'm still a Scotty Barnes hater. I don't care. It's okay to be a hater, y'all, as long as you just own it. Cade drops off to Jalen Duren, kicks out to Tobias. Tobias mid-range, misses it. Pistons a little dry right now from the offensive side. 1 of 3 from the field. Mr. Glorilla, Brandon Ingram for 3, missed it. Gets another one off the rebound from Jakob Poeltl, and he knocks it down. Oh, don't want to see that. You do not want Brandon Ingram to get going. Pistons got to be disciplined on defense. 13-5 start for the Raptors. Don't love that. Don't love that. Pistons really got to get in a rhythm. Again, this is kind of what we just talked about. We saw them get off early to start when they had Marcus Sasser and Duncan Robinson cooking from three-point range and being threats as shooters. Like, even when they're not shooting, just the fact that you have multiple shooters outside, it made the defense have to respect that and play you with space and give you space. That's why they were able to give Jalen Duren so many touches against Memphis, because they were able to play Kevin Huerter or Duncan Robinson or Marcus Sasser on the outside, with Cade also shooting well from the outside, being able to spread the floor out, open up a lot for Jalen Duren. That's why he was killing the offensive glass. That's why Cade had a lot of assists to Jalen Duren at the hoop, where he was getting easy feeds and getting to the free throw line as well. So the Pistons are in an interesting position right now. I love Asar Thompson. I like what he gives to this team, but there is a clear different element that they now have to play with now that Asar is back in the lineup, who does not pose much of a threat at all as a shooter and not much of as a scorer as well, unless he's going to the hoop. So when you're in a position now where you're not limiting, but reducing the shooters around Cade, it makes him have to play different. So if we see a lot more shooting from Cade Cunningham in this game, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yeah, I want to see if the Pistons start giving Sasser some more minutes. I want to see if they keep him back in the rotation, because he was very effective for them. A little all-star throwback memory. Look at the camaraderie with Cade, JD, and Scotty Barnes. Look at Cade holding the trophy. Love to see it. Love to see it. Here we go again, being the first team to have to take a timeout. Yeah, you don't want to be that team. You definitely don't want to be the first team to have to recoup and get things back together, because this is a team that is very effective on defense. They're very physical. They have bodies that they can throw at Cade Cunningham. So we'll see. Let's see how they, match up against the Raptors and what they got. They're very active. A lot of long, rangy guys. They took Scotty Barnes off the floor. Interesting. Okay. Do you think the playoff lineup is going to be top 8 plus Karras? I think we all kind of understand what Karras is to this team. I think Karras can be effective, but he has to do less to do it. Good shot by Tobias Harris out the post. Karras has just kind of been a little disappointing. He hasn't been the reliable scorer that this team has hoped for. He hasn't been consistent. He's dealt with a lot of injuries as well. Hurdle for 3, quickly 3, misses it. Jalen Duren with the rebound. I don't know. It kind of just depends on how they manage their rotations. We'll talk about that in a second. Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham with a nice layup off the right side. Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. Looks like Toronto's taking a timeout. Let's get into that now, shall we? okay, as a beat reporter, I've tried asking JB Biggerstaff often about rotations, the consistency of the guys that he plays with in his lineups. Because he believes that, hey, because I've asked him before, hey, do you want to see a consistent rotation of guys that you pull in and out of the lineup? He always says, we want to play the guys that give us a chance to win and play winning basketball, and that's everybody. All right. I mean, that's very politically correct. I get it. But at the same time, I do think it helps to have some consistency within your rotations and within your team. So, especially heading into this point, it's March now. It's not November. It's not December where you're still trying to figure stuff out. I think at this point, you kind of understand where you are. So, knowing that they play better with a Kevin Huerter, knowing they play well with a Marcus Sasser, knowing that they play well when they have space and room for K and JD to operate, you see how much better this offense can be. But he still is under the assumption where, again, based on what he's communicating, what we've seen is he has kind of thrown a lot of, mixed lineups into the rotation, thinking that anything is just going to be able to work. And I feel like right around now is a good time to kind of understand where you should be shrinking some minutes down, where you should be playing some consistent rotations and bringing some consistent guys off the bench to play specific roles heading into the playoffs. But, with Huerter playing better, with Beef Stew now being hurt, it kind of maybe changes some plans that they have. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think that's going to be one of the most interesting things to determine. It's not just going to be if the Pistons are winning and losing games. It's going to be what rotations JB is using heading into this postseason stretch. Because based on whoever they play, which who knows at this point, because that 7 and 8 seed keeps changing a lot. And they're going to have a little bit of time to breathe through the play-in tournament. But let's see. Who do we got right now? As we look at the East right now, the Atlanta Hawks, who have been red hot, they've won 9 games in a row. They are the current 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. So you got the Pistons 1, Celtics 2, Knicks, 3, Cleveland Cavaliers 4, Orlando Magic 5, Raptors at 6, the Heat are at 7, the Hawks are at 8, Sixers have dropped all the way down to 9, and the Charlotte Hornets are at 10 is where I predicted them to be. And I feel like that's probably going to stay because they have a 7-game cushion or a 6-game cushion above the Milwaukee Bucks, who are free-falling and have been for a while at this point. Yeah, depending on what that matchup looks like, the 7 and 8 seed is looks like it's a 1.5 game lead between the Hawks and the Heat, and that could change, seeing how this season rolls off and finishes. Brandon Ingram with another 3, missed it, but he shot it after the clock expired, so let's see what happens. I know people don't like to hear it, but JB has a lot of faith in Karis LeVert to be helpful for this basketball team. So I think y'all should emotionally prepare yourself to see a lot of number 8 in the rotation with this basketball team. I know you don't want to hear it, and I'm not trying to cape, for, JB or anything like that. Because if I were thinking from a fan perspective, I would agree with y'all. I think Karis just has not been as effective and as positive as you would want him to be. He has a lot of careless turnovers. He hasn't been consistent as a scorer. The injuries have been a problem all year. Kevin Huerter's already in the game now, so that should tell you what you need to know. Duncan Robinson for 3, misses it. All right, so we got Jalen Duren, Tobias Harris, Kevin Huerter, Duncan Robinson, and Cade Cunningham on the floor right now. Yeah, JB's been giving Huerter a lot more burn lately to get him a little more acclimated in the lineup. Let's see if they get Sasser in the rotation as well. Expect to see some Paul Reed minutes as well. No Beef Stew is going to be very telling and obvious that you should see some Paul Reed. Here comes Cade Cunningham in transition. Kicks it back to Tobias with a left-handed finish. Very nice from Uncle T. Pistons down 2, 13-11. Here come the Pistons. Kevin Huerter guarding Brandon Ingram. I don't love that. Quickly for three. Misses it off the front iron. Here comes Duncan Robinson. Back up to Cade in transition. Fouled. And one. Big body Cade with a big finish. Going to the free throw line. Ties it up at 13. Yeah, when Cade is in transition, you got that 6'7", 230-pound monster coming at you. There's nothing you can do. And no foul baiting required. No flopping required. Going up like a real basketball player. Love to see it. I think at this pace, Cade should have a first-team All-NBA reservation locked up, I think. I think a lot of names should kind of be locked in at this point. I think Cade should be one of those names. Ugh. Quickly with a triple. Quigley's been nice this year. He's been a very underrated player for the Raptors. But they've been kind of up and down. They still a little much offensively. Oh, Kevin Huerter for three. Red Velvet sighting. All right, top of the key. Let's go. Brandon Ingram. Ooh, off balance. Jalen Duren guarding him. Ingram for three. Misses it. Kevin Huerter with a rebound. Kicks it to Tobias. Up fake. Lob to JD with a throwdown. Okay. Tobias getting the alley-oop passes together. Let's get to it then. Okay. 14-3 run by the Pistons in the last 3 minutes. Red Velvet getting busy with it. Yes, sir. Red Velvet. I love that nickname. It's cool to have a nickname when you earn your nickname. Ain't nothing wrong with that, you dig? I'm okay with that. He is becoming a good lobber. He's becoming much better with throwing up them passes. Duncan Robinson taking a seat. Tobias taking a seat. So, yeah, it's 2 fouls on Duncan. So we're going to get what? Ron Holland and who else? Yep, Karis LeVert. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, I forgot how to say this dude's name. Mamasai Mumakusa. Brandon Ingram on a drive, gets a foul. Who's the foul on? First foul on Ron. They be calling some BS fouls on Ron. I don't like that one. I feel like Ingram just kind of fell and they just kind of gave him a call. Ron's been one of the best defenders in the NBA all season. Not just as a role player, not just off the bench. He's been one of the best defenders in the NBA all season. Ron deserves a lot of credit for that. But he be getting some BS calls on him. Like, dudes just fall and flop. K kicks out. Ron for three. Good lineup. Just short. I'm telling you, if he, and I know it's a lot of guys you say this too, but if he gets that three-pointer together, if he gets that jumper together, Ron's going to be a problem because they're giving him a lot of those corner looks, and he's got to find a way to knock him down. Sandro Mamakala Kalashvili. God, that's a name. I'm going to try it one more time. Hold on. Jalen Duren. Good pass from K. Gets fouled by JD. There we go. JD going to the free throw line. Sandro Mamakalashvili. Yikes. All right. Does he got a nickname? He got a nice lefty release. I like that. I wonder if he got a nickname with the Raptors. I will say too, I do think Ron has done a good job of being a transition finisher for the season. Oh, JD with another miss at the free throw line. While his jump shot is still taking some time, when the Pistons get out and run, he's been fantastic finishing at the rim, especially through contact. Oh, good rip up by Herter. Cade, left hand floats it up, misses. Jalen Duren gets the board, takes a contact, but he gets a finish. Very nice putback by JD. Oh, good putback by the Raptors. Going back and forth right now. They call him Mamu. All right, that makes sense. Mamu say, Mama say, Mama say. I love that recognition by Cade. Cade is so good at finding a mismatch, especially down low and going right at it. You'll see a lot of guys like Luka just kind of dribble and wait and take their time to do what they want to do instead of recognizing the advantage that their teammates have in front of him. Cade is really good at seeing Jalen Duren sealing a smaller defender under the rim and giving him the ball immediately. Even if he doesn't get a shot up, or even if he doesn't get a dunk or a finish 2 points, you know he can get to the free throw line and draw fouls on that opponent. I love that about Cade Cunningham. His instant recognition and ability to just get the rock out to his teammates is so great. It's little things like that that go beyond just talent. It's about processing of the game. And I think Cade is very undersold and undervalued in that aspect. For the season, though, I think Ron needs to start approach the Asar style, avoid three at all costs. Um, I don't know, Chuck. I feel like I understand what you're saying. Another knocked out by Brandon Ingram. I understand why you say that. His numbers are terrible. He's not a good 3-point shooter. However, you need to have a threat. Here it comes. Karis LeVert from three in the corner. Good setup by Cade. Good knockdown by Karis. Even if he misses the shot, it's good to have a threat of a 3-point shooter to make the defense move. Here come the Pistons in transition. Loose ball. Herter. Gets a turnover. Good finish. Good comeback by Mamu on the steal. Raptors get the ball back. I think it helps the Pistons just to have the threat of a 3-point shooter, even if he doesn't make it. Besides, again, the Fred Vincent project has been making or working to make Asar and Ron Holland better shooters. If they're not trying to shoot in real game action, then he's just wasting money for this team. So he got to at least try. If Cade is setting you up for a three, you got to at least try to shoot it. Sometimes. I'm not saying let 10 shots go every game. I'm not saying that. But if Cade is setting you up and you wide open, go get it. Uh-oh. Ooh, that was a weird looking foul by Cade. Oh, he jumped on dog's back, but it's okay. It's okay. Stops him at the rim. Good look by Scotty. Yeah, that could have been worse, but it's all good. His rim finishing is great. If he ever dials in that three, he could be a legit number two. I agree. I think Ron has enough confidence. I think his dribble is getting a little bit more confident. But yeah, you got to give him something else. Here comes Paul Reed checking in. For who? JD. Yeah, Paul Reed checking in for Jalen Duren. During the Sixers game, the Amazon Prime play-by-play guy was saying that Ron was having a good free throw percentage. Bodes well for him developing a good 3-point shot. Exactly. I agree with that. It doesn't always have to be, you don't have to be Steph Curry from three to be establishing yourself as a good shooter. Sometimes it's just shooting free throws that can get your confidence going. There's nothing wrong with that. And I think that'll definitely help him in that aspect. I definitely agree with that. Karis LeVert. And see, that's what I want to see from Karis. That's what I want to see from Karis. Do less with your dribble. If you're going to dribble to get a shot, go get the shot immediately. Get a step back in, hit from mid-range, or get to the hoop. He dribbles way too much to do absolutely nothing with the ball. I don't like that about his game. If you want to dribble, if you want to be effective as a scorer, do something with it specifically. Stop dribbling and waiting and killing time. That's a good possession, even though we just missed that free throw. I don't like that. I think long-term his three will be fine, but as we get closer to the playoffs, he needs to put that in his bag and reduce the attempts so how from deep. I guess, I understand what you're saying. Again, you don't want to waste possessions. You don't want to, blow opportunities. But I don't think a missed shot is a blown opportunity. I think turnovers are a blown opportunity. I think forcing bad shots is a bad opportunity or is a waste of a possession. Like if Cade Cunningham is getting double teamed and if he uses his gravity to set you up for a corner three, which is something that Ron and Asar work on a lot in their time with Fred Vinson, you got to take it. You got to take it. Now, how many times you take it is a question, but I do think they do need to start working on it, taking it. RJ Barrett with a left-hand finish. Another Montverde guy. Scotty Barnes back in the game, guarding Cade Cunningham. Switches to get Mamu on him. Blow by. Oh, double. Slight hedge. Paul Reed, mid-range shot. Just missed it. Oh, Scotty with the look off. Really nice pass to RJ Barrett. Good left-hand finish. Raptors look dialed in. They're a good team when they're organized and scoring. Good pass from Karis. Put up by Paul Reed. Nice finish. 33-30. Pistons down 3. About 27 seconds left in the first quarter. I'm fine with him putting up 3 or 4 attempts. I prefer him to not do the 1 of 6 nights. So I definitely agree with you on that. If you're going to put up 6 attempts, you got to hit at least 2 or 3. I do agree with that. Mamu for 3, misses it. Ron Holland rebounds. 7 seconds left on the clock. Here come the Pistons. Cade for 3. Oh! He gets his get back. They robbed him last game of a finishing 3 at the quarter, and he gets it back in the first in this game. That was sick. Okay, Cade. Motorcade at the buzzer. Okay. That was tough. Cade leaning off to the left, getting defended by Mamu. That was fire. Okay, Cade. Let's see if this one's going to go. Oh, yeah, he definitely got that one off in time. You can't take that one away. Knotted up at 33. Cade Cunningham. That was tight. I like that. I like that a lot. Very nice finish by the Detroit Pistons. I'm here for it. Omar, what up, though? Good start for the Pistons. I'm not upset about it at all. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Thank you for tapping in. Make sure y'all please hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're not locked in already. Tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm trying to hit 600 subscribers by the end of the month. I think we can make that happen. Y'all been doing fantastic showing up for your boy, showing up for the Detroit sports community. I really appreciate y'all being here, man. It means the world to me, for real, for real. And we here watching a good game, too. Again, the Raptors got a lot to play for. They don't want to be in the play-in, but they treading water to get there. They treading water to get there. Every team in the top 6 right now is on a not a winning streak, but has won their last game at least. Orlando's won 7 straight. Damn. I didn't know Orlando was cooking like that. I knew Atlanta was cooking. I did not know that Orlando was on a 7-game winning streak. That's good for them. Is Franz Wagner back yet, or is he still injured? He's been hurt for a while. I haven't been watching a whole lot of Orlando basketball. And it looks like Franz is still hurt. Yikes. I don't even know what his injury is, to be honest with you, but they did cool off Bam Adebayo, NBA record setter. Oh, they gave Cade a 2 instead of a 3 on that jumper. Yikes. Dwayne Thomas, what up, though? Watching on Facebook, I appreciate you being here, Dwayne. Second quarter underway. Raptors for 3, misses it. Scotty Barnes rebound, kicks it to Barrett, and he's going to the free throw line. Heisenberg, even tomorrow's 316 day. Oh, hell, shit. Hey, you see the bell back there. You know what time it is. I'm a big WWE fan, even though I think WWE is horrible right now. I think WWE has been very lazy and just ridiculous. Stone Cold's one of my GOATs. If I had a Mount Rushmore, he's up there for sure. Love me some Stone Cold Steve Austin. One of the greatest Caucasian men of all time in world history. Love me some Stone Cold Steve Austin. All right, 35-32. Marcus Sasser checked in the game. Marcus Sasser checked in before Dennis Jenkins. Interesting. Paul Reed in the post against Scotty Barnes. Can't get any space. Karras back to B-ball. Paul kicks to Javonte Green. Got to get a shot up. They turned it over. Pistons running with an all-bench lineup right now. Scotty Barnes. Scotty making some nice passes, setting up his guys. Mamu going to the free throw line. Heisenberg, who's your favorite wrestler of all time? I love connecting with wrestling fans. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time? Oh, see, you already beat me to it. Stone Cold, Booker T, good. Macho Man, love that. That's a great 3 right there. That's a great 3 right there. I love that. Love that, big time. Yeah, I gotta go Stone Cold. I gotta go Randy Orton. And of course, my dog is Rob Van Dam. My favorite wrestler of all time is Rob Van Dam. 3-point miss. A lot of offensive rebounds getting surrendered over to the Raptors. There we go. Pistons get up the loose ball. Karras, there you go, Karras. See, that's what I'm talking about. Go right to the hoop. Be decisive. Be decisive with the ball. Stop trying to do too much with it, Karras. Go right to the hoop. Get your shot off right away. Oh, Mama with a nice finish at the rim over Paul Reed. Ron gets his ball. There you go. Finishes right hand at the rim. Jenkins hasn't been the same since he signed the contract. I agree. I hope the two are not related and he didn't breathe in the bag when he got his bag, but he'll bounce back. I think he'll be okay. I think teams are just a little bit more prepared for him now. I think teams have a little bit more film on him. They're being a little bit more physical with him. Oh, and he's also not the shooter that Marcus Sasser is, so it's just a little bit different. Oh, good block by Paul Reed to save Ron Holland on that. Ron was in trouble. He got him on skates and fell, but he bailed him out. Pistons get a dead ball stop. Okay, what up, Chuck? Chuck, you a wrestling fan too? Okay, let me see. Ultimate Warrior, Steiner Brothers, and Piper. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you sound like a WCW guy. That's what I'm talking about. I loved WCW back in the day. Harlem Heat, hey. Harlem Heat was everything to me. Watching Booker T. even Goldberg. Like I liked Goldberg as a kid. I don't like Goldberg now. WWE Goldberg, I hate him. Goldberg when he was a kid in WCW, that was my hero. But Goldberg now, who beat Bray Wyatt and squashed Kevin Owens and just keeps robbing people of moments for no reason, I don't like that guy. Get that Goldberg out of here. Goldberg need to be done forever. Oh, good step back triple right there. Karis LeVert. Okay, Karis. See what I say. This is the Karis that you want to see. 9 points by Karis out the gate. Dribbling limitedly. He's not taking a lot of time off the clock. He's doing very efficient scoring right now. Oh, man. Mamu is killing them right now on the glass in these second chance opportunities. Karis misses that one in the catch and shoot spot. Man, Pirtle and Mamu are killing the Pistons right now. No beef stew is a problem right now because they are going right through the teeth of the Pistons defense. Sasser for three with a rainbow. Oh, and he knocks it down. Nice hit by Sasser. Okay. 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 Timeout by the Raptors. Okay. Good shot by Sass to kind of keep the bleeding down a little bit. Because those bigs right now for the Raptors are giving them problems. And they got to find a way to limit that. RVD was always a fun watch, Mr. Monday Night. I know, man. He got the GOAT frog splash to me, in my opinion. Rolling Thunder, tag teaming with Kane. Remember Kane, when Kane took the mask off, it was when he was teaming up with Rob Van Dam. And RVD was the one who had to try to keep him under control, which he couldn't. But that was cinema back in the day. Watching that as a kid, boy, that was fun. That was a great time. Not as much fun these days, but dirty little secret in early wrestling forum, how I met my wife and why I'm in the UK now. Oh, okay. I respect that. That's beautiful. Wrestling is always a fun way to bring people together, man. I love that. That's super cool. And I forgot you in the UK now. That's right. Our international following is for real out here. Shout out to you, Chuck. Karis putting a keep me in the rotation game. And he needs that. He needs that. I'm sure he saw what Kevin Huerter's been doing. I'm sure he saw how Sash has been playing. Javonte Green has been a consistent mainstay in the rotation. He needs to prove and show I got more than a good relationship with JB to show that he needs to stay in this rotation and keep playing. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. Keep it going. Keep it going, Karis. You need a game like this. Macho Man and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat were my WWF favorites when I was a little kid. Stone Cold and The Rock when I became an adult. I love that. Kane was tagging with X-Pac when he took the mask off. I think it was just before that, because remember Kane, he had that like weird storyline where he was like in love with what's her name? Tori? Not Tori, what was her name? Yeah, Tori. Not Tori Wilson, but the other Tori, I think. When they had the D-Generation X thing, and Kane came back with Paul Bear, and he had changed his outfit and his mask for a little bit. But when he had to take the mask off, that's when he was with Rob Van Dam, because he was in the ring, and he chokeslammed and destroyed RVD after that. But then he got his revenge and kind of killed RVD after that. And then, of course, Kane went on a spree where he took jumper cables and put them on Shane McMahon's nuts and lit JR on fire in the back. Bruh, if you know, you know. WWF used to be a time, bruh. I don't know what they're doing now. There's some guys I like now in WWE. I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan. I love what they're doing with Trick Williams and some of the young guys, but WWF back in the day, undefeated, bruh. Nothing will ever top that era at all. It's not finna happen. Your right name was Tori. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, not Tori Wilson. There was a Tori Wilson, and then there was another Tori who was aligned with D-Generation X, because she slapped Kane. They like put him in like handcuffs in like some segment she made out with X-Pac. That was a wild time. But let's go back to the basketball game. All right. Quigley. Back to Barrett. Run out of real estate. Shot clock violation. Pistons get the ball back. Here we go. Karis LeVert. See, Karis is very intentional with what he's doing today. It feels like Karis is always looking for something when he's trying to find when he's dribbling around. It's like he's trying to be. It seems like he's trying to be too much of a playmaker when he's with the ball. He's better when he's just trying to score. I don't want to see playmaker Karis. Playmaker Karis doesn't move me. Pistons have enough playmakers. And they got one of the best playmakers in basketball. They don't need another one in Karis LeVert. I don't believe that's just not me. Who's your favorite new WWE guy? I love Trick Williams, Solo Sikoa. I love Solo more than anybody. Oh, bad turnover by Marcus Sasser. Yeah, Toronto's a very good defensive team. Throws up a lob to Mamu. He missed it. We got a double big lineup here for the Raptors, and it's giving the Pistons hell right now. Yeah, I love Solo Sikoa. I really like Trick Williams. I love Carmelo Hayes. I like Bron Breakker a lot. I think he's going to be a huge piece in what they do moving forward. They have great guys. I like LA Knight. They have some good guys in WWE. I just think Triple H is doing a terrible job booking them. I think he's doing what Vince McMahon did. He's constantly keeping the nostalgia up of overbooking and overpushing the older guys instead of giving some new talent some opportunities. Like guys like Drew McIntyre, LA Knight. Like those guys should be consistently in the forefront picture as some of their main guys, but I don't know, I just think they're doing a poor job of booking those dudes right now. It's been a few years since I've watched. I heard the Tribal Chief storyline was pretty good, so I might have to go back and watch those reruns. Yeah, and that's kind of my point. The Roman Reigns Tribal Chief Bloodline era was awesome, but they haven't evolved since that. And they keep trying to like revisit that well instead of trying to create something new. And Roman Reigns is a part-timer now. I'm super against part-timers taking up all the glory in WWE. I don't like that. I like the guys who are working every single week. Like, I like Cody Rhodes being there every week. I like LA Knight every week. I like seeing Seth Rollins there every week. Seth is one of my favorites of all time. I love Seth. Javante for three. Hey, out the corner, tied up at 45. Good hit by Javante. Big connect there by Wu. Pistons now to play some good defense. I got to get a stop here. 11 lead changes and 5 ties thus far in this basketball game. This has been a very, very intense back and forth. Jakob Poeltl gets a foul drawn for Quigley by Marcus Sasser at the lane. Quigley going to go to the free throw line and shoot 2 free throws. Y'all are the coolest, man. I'm always happy to see and meet new wrestling fans. Even I don't care if you're young, you're old. It don't matter to me, man. I like people who got a little love for WWE and the WWF and WCW days, ECW, all that, man. For real. Wrestling is how I learned how to talk trash as a kid. Like I got picked on a little bit, but watching Stone Cold, put people in their place, it helped me put motherfuckers back in their place. I loved it. I was up in school calling people jabronis and candy asses. I was cutting up. Quickly splits the player. Wow, splits the pair. Excuse me, I can't talk. Okay, Cunningham checked back in with Tobias, with Wu on the floor, Asar and Jalen Duren. Wu on the cut. Asar, left hand misses the layup. See. This is where things get a little clunky for the Pistons because teams know they want to get to the rim, and it's going to be difficult when they're clogging the paint and you can't get there easily. See, like now they don't have a lot of shooters. They have very few shooters on the floor. They have, like I like Cade. I don't know if I would call him a consistent shooter yet. Tobias is good. He's still inconsistent at times. Wu can be inconsistent. And then you have Asar and JD who are not shooters. Seth has been underappreciated throughout his career. Great worker and great on the mic. He's the best of this new era to me. He's the best of this new crop. Like the post Cena, Edge, Randy Orton, like that class. So when it starts to go to like the Roman, Seth Rollins, like those guys, Seth is the GOAT of that era to me. People will always say it's Roman because of his WrestleMania, and I'm not going for that, bro. I think Seth has been more consistent than Roman has ever been. Seth didn't need a pandemic to test out a new gimmick because he was getting booed for 6 years by the crowd because he was doing stuff like suffering succotash and having boring matches. Like, nah. Seth has always been able to reinvent himself. Cade kicks it to Duncan Robinson in the corner. Cade for 3. Oh, good knockdown by Cade. Had a hand in his face, no problem. Cade Cunningham with a big knockdown. Pistons got the lead. Oh, man. Brandon Ingram has been cooking right now. That midi is unstoppable. How he just holds it all the way up like this. There's nothing you can do with that. Cade, nice pass to Jalen Duren, but he misses it at the rim. Tried to go up and under, got cute, and he missed it. Here comes Brandon Ingram again. Looking for another midi. Puts it up, misses it. Here comes Cade. Transition look again. Kicks it to Tobias. Left hand, nice knockdown for Tobias. Pistons take the lead back, 50-49. Here come the Detroit Pistons. Back to Quigley. Asar guarding Quigley. Duncan Robinson guarding Scotty Barnes. Scotty drives. Kicks the portal, gets a foul on Duncan Robinson. Okay. All right. Seth's size, sadly, is held against him. You think so? Big guys always get the shine, but Seth, great. I miss the Shield days. I definitely do too. I don't know. I think he does a good job of kind of holding his own because I think he works well with everybody. Like he's shown the ability to work with the bigs. He can fly with the flyers. He can be a technician. He can fight dirty. He's got some classics under his resume, man. His feud with Randy Orton just before he won that title at WrestleMania, where he sold that RKO flying in the air. The back and forth with Roman. I think him and Roman is like Stone Cold Rock to me right now, even though Roman, again, is a part-timer, so it's hard to keep that feud going. And Seth gets injured a lot, but I don't know. I think Seth has done a good job of kind of setting himself up. He had a classic feud with Cody, where Cody had the injury and he debuted with WWE where he had the pec injury. Cade for 3. Misses it. Here come the Raptors. Just under 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Ingram looking for a shot. Tobias in his way. Barrett for 3 in the corner. Misses it. Jalen Duren with the board. Here comes Cade in transition again. Here comes Cade. Left hand. Misses it. But Jalen Duren with a big boy putback. Both teams exchanging blows right now. I like this a lot. Very competitive basketball. Scotty Barnes for 3. Not his strong suit, and he misses it. Cade gets a board. Oh, there by JD. Needed that. Yeah, Pistons need an active JD. I've always, like, a lot of people will tell you that Asar is the second most important Piston on this team. I don't agree with that at all. I think it's clearly and obviously Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren is effective on every single possession. He plays. He's your number one most important rim protector. His pick and roll tandem offensively with Cade Cunningham, his ability to clean up offensive rebounds, and what he's grown into as an offensive scorer and playmaker. I think it's obvious that Jalen Duren is the second most important player on this team. But that's just me, I guess. I like talking wrestling with y'all. Let me get back. It's a shame Bray left us so soon. Heisenberg, now you touching my heartstrings, man. Yes. Yes, bro. I cried when the news came out that Bray Wyatt passed away. That wrecked me. That absolutely wrecked me that Bray Wyatt passed, bro. That sucked. because his comeback was amazing. It was WWE. WWE had finally answered the people. The people had been clamoring and begging for Bray to come back, and they finally get him back. His return at, what was it, Extreme Rules, where they do the whole pop at the end after the Seth and Riddle match. They do his return so much justice, but he didn't have good booking when he came back. The LA Knight thing was cool until they had that match with the Mountain Dew sponsorship and all that crap. It didn't go well. But yeah, it broke my heart that Bray passed, man. He deserves so much better. I think when he won the title, he should have held it way longer than he did instead of losing it to Randy Orton. He should have beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania. He should have beat John Cena at Mania. Like, he should have done a lot more with his time, and I don't think it's his fault at all. I thought he was phenomenal. He was he was one of the few people when he had the Wyatt family with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan and then Braun Strowman. They were one of the few times when you made Brock Lesnar look ordinary because they whooped his ass just before that 1 year of Royal Rumble. Man, that was a time, bro. They made Brock Lesnar look like a chump, and I loved every second of it. Yeah, Bray did not get the love and the support that he needed from WWE. And then they forced that weirdo documentary. I didn't like that at all. Seth works good as a heel or a babyface. Yeah, I think he's the GOAT, bro. I think he's not the GOAT, but I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer already. And I think he has shown, like you said, the ability to do anything you need. You want me to work with a mid card? I can do that. You want me to be on the main event scene? I can do that. You want me to work with Paul Heyman? I can do that. You want me to build a feud with, helping other guys look serious like Riddle? Remember, Riddle was a joke and a character that people would just always laugh at. But WWE wanted to make him look serious, so they put him in a feud with Seth Rollins, somebody that he didn't like personally. So it was easy for them to throw those jabs at each other and talk about families and have a brutal match back and forth and a build-up that looked believable because you had Seth Rollins. Yes, I totally agree with you, bro. Give my boy Seth his flowers. If Asar becomes a threat on the offensive end, you can argue number two. But at this point, JD is a clear-cut number two. Exactly. That's my point. That's my point right there. People, yes, I think Asar is the best defender on this team. But the fact that he can still take plays off offensively is why he's not the second most impactful on this team. JD can't take offensive series off. He's too important on the glass. He's too important with setting screens and getting guys open. Whether it's on ball or off ball, it's whether he's setting Cade up in a pick and roll set or if he's getting Duncan Robinson open on the other side. Jalen Duren is way too important to this basketball team. He's a clear-cut number two guy. Brock sucks. Yeah, we ain't going to talk about Brock Lesnar. I'm tired of Brock. I loved Brock when he debuted. I hate him now. Dude wrestles twice a year just to squash people and just take up time. Cade Cunningham with a nice right-hand layup. Very nice play by Cade. Cade too smooth with it. Brandon Ingram. Oh, turnover. Bad pass by Barrett. Scotty Barnes losing it out of bounds. Pistons up 3 with a chance to add on to their double, or make it a double possession game. Excuse me. Asar. Here comes Cade. ISO'd against Scotty Barnes. Montverde boys. Cade gets the best of them. See, man, I'm never going to forget and move on from that Rookie of the Year thing. I don't care. If it makes me petty, I don't give a damn. You just watch the tape. Cade clears this man and always has. Oh, almost gets the steal. Oh, Scotty with a nice pass to Jakob Poeltl. Very nice. Got about a minute and a half left in the first half. Second quarter about to wrap up soon. Here comes Asar. Asar with a jumper, and he misses it. Nice take by Cade. Through contact, too. He could have got a call for that. Maybe he should have. Motorcycle K. Asar's jump. Okay, all right. Yes, his jumper is not good, and yes, there he goes missing a free throw again as well. See, like you can't have that. That's what I'm trying to say. Like I have respect for Asar. I just think people need to be a little bit more understanding about what his limitations are as an offensive player and how it truly affects his team. We just saw it in his absence. I think the Pistons did a really good job of. See, he misses two free throws. Pistons get offensive board. Cade back to Tobias for three in the corner. Nice knockdown by Uncle T. Huge play right there. Huge knockdown by Tobias. See what it helps to have when you have another shooter on the floor. 6-point lead for the Detroit Pistons. Like, Asar don't have to be Steph Curry. I keep saying the same thing. Asar does not have to become a knockdown 38, 40% three-point shooter. But you have to have a threat. At the very least, have a threat of being a shooter to make your opposition move. They don't respect him at all as a shooter or a scorer. They want him to do that. Like, for example, Cade has kind of been... Hold up, Cade. Nice. Oh, but they take it away. Cade with a nice lob to JD on the dunk, but they take it away on an offensive foul. That's terrible. Okay, back to my point. Asar does not have to be a knockdown 40% three-point shooter. I don't ever think that has to be the case. I think JB's going to... Oh, it looks like JB's going to challenge that. So Cade drives. RJ Barrett, it's going to be tough. I don't know. It looks like his feet were set, so I don't know if he's going to be able to get this one. Okay, Asar does not have to become a 40% three-point shooter at all. I'm not saying that. But look at what we just saw while Asar was gone. The Pistons were able to play dangerous offensively. And I don't care about who they played against. Because, like, yes, they played the Sixers without their guys and the Grizzlies and some other teams that are not the best in terms of competition. The Heat, or not the Heat, the Nets. But offensively, you see how dangerous they can be because they had shooting and spacing. 138 points against the Nets. 131 points against the 76ers. 126 against the Grizzlies because they had spacing and shooting. Now, when you don't have that, you're forced to play really different now. Yeah, I'm checking something else because I'm looking at the three-point shooting and the spacing that they had during the Stars' absence, and it was just completely different. So he got injured against the Spurs. They were bad against the Nets. They weren't good against the Heat, but then they had three great bounce-back games because they played a different style. They were scoring, they were flourishing, and they were in a position where they were able to take Cade out of the game and make him play a different role as a facilitator, and it worked. Unsuccessful challenge by the Pistons. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna go in their favor. I didn't. What's good, Abby? Thank you for checking in and being here. I appreciate your time. But yeah, that hurts. That hurts. LeBron Curry and every other star gets that call, but Cade, of course, will never get a call. Yeah, Cade is still establishing himself in that light. I think he's getting close, though. I think he's getting there. Oh, Sar. Great defense by Asar Thompson. Gets a great steal created. Gets a transition layup. Nice setup. Great defense by Asar. K gets an easy layup for him with a left-handed finish. That's Asar's first bucket right there in the game. Oh, RJ Barrett forces contact with Duncan, and that's going to be three on Duncan. Great defensive play by Asar. Beautiful pass by Cade, too. Getting it out there fast. I thought it might have been a dead ball play, how nonchalant he was about it, but it's cool. Herter and Karras coming in for Duncan and Asar for these last 13 seconds. Offense, defense switch makes sense. Trying to get a bucket here. RJ Barrett hits both. Here come the Pistons. Yep, there you go. Good sell, Cade. Good sell, Cade. It's okay. Got a little bit of contact there by Scotty Barnes. Sold it a little bit, but it was a bump. Scotty's a big dude. Two big bodies going at it. Cade got to draw small forwards to guard him every night. Cade Cunningham does not get to play 6'3", 6'2", 6'4", 6'5" point guards. He got to play 6'8", 6'9", small forwards on a night-to-night basis. And a miss by Cade on the first free throw. I don't like that. It's because Cade refuses to be unethical. I miss watching the San Antonio game with you. Very disappointed in path Wemby is taking with foul baiting and flopping. I thought he was better. I said the exact same thing, Chuck. We were all saying the same damn thing. I was shocked to see how much he was flopping, how much he was doing it. Come on, y'all, let's do it with me. He was doing the what? The Art Fan inflatable. This is what he was doing all game long, and I could not stand it. A lot of these guys who rely on that flopping don't need to. SG ain't got to flop the way he does. Brunson don't got to flop the way he does. Good rip up by Asar. 64-59. Pistons close out the first half with a lead. Very good way to steal the momentum. Great close out of that half by the Detroit Pistons. Very good. JB's proud of him too. I love that. Yeah, I want to see Asar spending more time on Brandon Ingram. We saw a lot of Duncan Robinson guarding him. We saw a lot of Tobias Harris guarding him. Your best player, your best defender should be guarding the best scorer on the team. And a lot of times we see Asar guarding the second or third guy, and I don't understand that at all. Put Asar on the best scorer on that team, and it should 100% be Brandon Ingram, and I think you'll see a difference in terms of what they do. We're only shooting 50% of the free throw line right now. Is that how bad they've been? How many free throws have they shot so far? Because, yeah, they've been horrible thus far. Let me see what we on. 9-17. Terrible. 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 You could have a double-digit lead right now if you knock down an adequate number. Meanwhile, the Raptors are 16-20. But they 3-17 from the three-point line, while you're 7 of 11. Pistons also have 13 fast break points to their advantage. They've turned the Raptors over 6 times while you have 8 turnovers. $64-59 lead at the half. What was Brandon Ingram in that half? I feel like he was just all over the Pistons. Yeah, 15 points. I want to see Asar spend more time on him. Because he was giving them problems in that mid-range. Going over some numbers here. Cade Cunningham, the high man of the game, with 16 points. 14 for JD, 9 for Tobias, 9 for Karis LeVert. And a bit of a dip after that. 3 and 3 for her and Sasser, who didn't really play a lot. Yeah, they're going to have to get a little bit more of a rhythm. But we're going to take a break, y'all. Everybody get up. First half stretch, we're going to take a little break for a quick minute. Go get some refreshments, grab some water, grab some snacks. And we'll be back here just before the start of the second half. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, lock in with us here at Top Title Detroit and liveonassist.com. And if you're watching on my Facebook as well, be sure to hit that Facebook like. I would really appreciate that support from you all. Everybody stand up. We're going to take a quick break right here as the first half has just come to a close. We'll be right back.
Finally beating your siblings to the good room on family vacation. That's what the world's biggest airline can do for you, baby bro. I'm 26.
Plan your family fun in the ultimate playground at visitcalifornia.com.
That particular dish is a dish I would cook with my grandmother.
Please enjoy.
The semi-annual Caribbean sale is now on. Visit sandals.com today. game.
This is basketball on FanDuel Sports Network. Is brought to you by Baker College, now enrolling in high-demand, career-ready degrees. Learn more at baker.edu. By Destination Cleveland, the land of making the lake your own. And by Xfinity, imagine the NBA all in one place, made easy. Imagine that. All right, let's take a look at our parlay update as we play your game with FanDuel. Tobias Harris starting to come on here. He's got 9. The over total set for him at 14.5. And Karis LeVert, really nice first half. He's got 9 as well. Bert's got a couple of 3 balls. So plus 210 is $10 to win 21.79. And basketball fans, you will always be close to the NBA action because FanDuel is the best place to bet live during games. FanDuel's live bet feature updates odds in real time during the game, so you're always just a shot away from a big win. Download the Sportsbook app now to play your game on FanDuel.
It's the matching down payment sales event going on now at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. For a limited time, we will match $500 of your down payment when you lease a 2026 Ford F-150 XLT Super Crew 4x4. Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease an F-150 XLT for $369 a month for 36 months. So take advantage of the matching down program and lease a 2026 Ford F-150 XLT for only $369 a month, only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers.
The happier the home loan experience, the happier the home. If you're buying or refinancing a home, match with a local mortgage expert first. You'll get experienced guidance, a quick easy closing, and an average savings of more than $10,000 with an independent mortgage broker. Go to mortgagemagic.com to find a home loan expert near you. Mortgage Magic. Savings that'll make you smile.
This is where we live, where a major breakthrough meets the morning coffee, where a game-changing idea hits the game-winning shot, where round-the-clock research assures more time away, where we drive, explore, and discover, where devoted fans roar and good times roll, where our heart, soul, and science come to life. This is what we live for, because this is where we live. We are
Okay. I need another water. Another water break. Hold on. I'm an idiot. I left to go get another water and I forgot to get my damn water. Sorry, y'all. But we here. We back. Let's go. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chopping back. Let's take a look around the league, see what's going on.
Works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days with that.
We got the Cavaliers and the Mavericks going at it right now. And the Mavericks got a 75-67 lead on the road out in Cleveland. We got a divisional matchup between the Bucks and the Pacers. Bucks up 74-72 right now. OKC beat the Minnesota Timberwolves earlier, 116-103. And that was an interesting game, too, because the Timberwolves had a lead for a good chunk of the first half and a little bit of the third quarter. But OKC showing how dangerous they can be with their depth. This was not another SGA masterclass. This was a well-balanced attack by the Heat. Or not the Heat, excuse me, the Thunder. My bad. Interesting game. Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers here for this. Julius Randle. Yeah, so that's crazy. Two of the best scorers in the game right now went head to head, and they both were underwhelming extremely. And Edwards had 19 points on 6 of 17 shooting from the field. And he missed 5 free throws? What? What was Ant on? Ant had 6 turnovers too. What was going on with Ant Edwards in this game? 19, 6 of 17, 2 of 5 from 3. Wow. That's weird. Ayu Dosunmu had 18 off the bench. Julius Randle was the leading scorer the entire game with 32. Wow. And then on the OKC side, yeah, SGA wasn't that great either in terms of scoring. He was great playmaking with 10 assists, showing that he can be a very underrated passer when he needs to be. But shot 7 of 22 from the field. Take that, true shooting percentage truthers. 4 or 5. Only 5 free throws for SGA? Wow. Okay, interesting. But again, this is a very dangerous basketball team because they got 20 off the bench from Isaiah Joe, 17 off the bench from Caruso, and 15 off the bench from Jared McCain, which drives me crazy. Why is he even on that team? Why did the Sixers let him go? And why did the league let him go to OKC of all places? Why? Why would y'all do that? That still blows my mind. I don't understand why Jared McCain was able to just dip like that. Be quiet, YouTube. Oh my goodness. 15 for McCain. 5 triples too. Yeah, he's a sniper. I don't get it. I don't understand why the Sixers just let him bounce. That was stupid. And then you have 21 from Chet Holmgren, 21 and 9 from Chet. Don't understand, but again, that's what this team can give you even when their best player is not having his best scoring game. SGA and the Thunder are going to be a problem for sure. They are not going to be an easy task for anybody in the East Side or the West Conference. It doesn't matter who it is. It's going to be a tough challenge either way. Let's see what they can do with it, though. Pistons in 5. All right, Motor City Leos. I like the confidence. I'm cool with it. Scotty Barnes, step back, fade away over Duncan Robinson, knocks it down. 64-61, Pistons up to start the third quarter. Here we go. Back in the game, y'all. Let's get to it. Got to foul on quickly. A little grabby on Duncan Robinson. We got another subscriber just added in. All right, we have 585. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all for locking in. Trying to hit, I think we can hit 600 before the end of the month. I really think so. Nice. Good hit by Tobias Harris. Same shot as Scotty Barnes on the other end. Pistons back up 5. Quickly for 3 at the top of the key. Misses it. Tobias runs it down. Pirtle gets it back. And he gets an easy layup. How many offensive rebounds have they let up today? Bruh, 11 offensive rebounds for the Raptors. Not good. So, sorry, tried to get crafty, couldn't finish it. Yep, and there's Brandon Ingram again. And again, he got Tobias Harris guarding him. I don't like that. Why is Asar not guarding their best scorer? I don't understand that. And that can't be a coaching. I don't know what that. I don't know if that's a coaching decision or what that is. But oh, Duncan Robinson, nice lob to Jalen Duren for a throwdown. I'm telling you, seeing those lobs in this setup and you know JD about to just crush is just art watching. Pistons with 15 assists as a team right now as they lead by 3 points. Scotty back to Pirtle with a floater, misses it. Gets another offensive rebound. That's 12, and he puts it in. Come on, man. Cade driving to the hoop. Oh, that's offensive goaltending for sure. Not offensive goaltending, excuse me. That's goaltending on Scotty Barnes. Cade gets the bucket. 12 offensive rebounds for the Raptors, man. That's not good at all. That's terrible. You got Asar back. Tobias is normally good on the glass. JD's one of the best rebounders in basketball. Cade's a really good rebounder. You can't be surrendering that many boards. Oh, we got to travel on the Raptors. Quickly got happy feet. Again, we talked about Duncan Robinson and some of the underrated parts of his game. His passing, his vision, I did not know he had that in his bag for real. Here's Duncan for three, misses it. Duncan's a very underrated passer. Here comes RJ Barrett. Again, why is Asar guarding him? Picked off by Cade. Here comes Cade in traffic. He's getting fouled. They don't call anything. Why is he not getting a call? Here comes Asar. Kicks to Cade. Cade back to the lane. To Asar. To Tobias. Shoot the ball. You got to shoot. Asar misses a jumper. See what I'm saying? If they clog the lane like that, it limits what you can do. And now Jakob Poeltl with the flush on the other end. That's what I hate seeing. I don't like seeing that. When you saw them out for the last 3 games, they got a quick shot up immediately. Sasser's open, shot. Duncan's open, shot. Herter's open, shot. Cade's open, shot. Tobias open, shot. Now you getting shot, dribble, 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 shot. Dribble, 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 shot. Dribble, 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 shot. They're not quick with it. They're not fluid. They're not efficient with it. So it's a clear trade-off of what this team has to do now when I sound like a hater, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just trying to just point to what you're seeing with this basketball team. They're going offense to defense now with Asar back on the floor. And he has his benefits, but you see what the differences are when you lose a shooter. Cade, step back, knocks it down. Go ahead and get him, Cade. And sometimes you just need your superstar to be a superstar. Sometimes you just need your superstar to go make a play when things ain't working right for you, and that's what he can do. There we go. Now Asar is guarding Brandon Ingram. Now we talking. RJ Barrett floater. That's fine. If he's against Tobias Harris, that's fine. I'm cool with that matchup. You can live with that matchup. Asar Thompson should not be guarding RJ Barrett. Cade drop off to JD when we get a foul. Was that on Scotty? Cade is so smooth. Cade is so smooth. Here, let's say the most repeated talking point about Cade. You can't speed him up. He plays at his own pace. I'm so tired of hearing talking heads saying that. It's the same garbage. We know. You've been saying it since his rookie year. It's the same damn thing. Cade with a bad turnover. Ugh, almost swatted Barrett's putback, but they make it and they take the lead, 74-72. I really want the Pistons to win this game because there's a guy in media that I really don't like, and I don't want him to have a one-up on the Pistons in this game. I'll tell you who it is in just a second. Ugh, Asar with a miss, and now they lose the ball. Anybody here watch Player's Choice, that podcast on YouTube? Quickly with a chuck up. And now Poeltl, again, another offensive rebound. Jakob Poeltl is killing this team right now. Poeltl is murdering this team right now. 16 and 12 right now. That's not good at all. That's horrible. Yeah, anybody watch Player's Choice on YouTube by chance? If y'all know who I'm talking about, that dude Penn, he is the big Raptors guy. He's super emotional. He be screaming all the time when he be getting called out or checked by his co-host. he's the biggest Raptor slappy in the world. He started off hating on Cade Cunningham. I remember when he first got drafted, he said Cade's not a natural point guard, and he's at best a six man because he's not a natural point guard. And then he tried to walk it back by saying, no, it's not that I didn't think he was good. I just think people are giving him too much passes when the team is bad. Shut up. Shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. Knock it off. And now he tried pushing mad Scotty Barnes agendas, trying to call him an MVP caliber player. He's better than Cade, the best of this class. Shut up. No, he's not. He's a great player. He's really good at what he does. He is not an MVP caliber guy in any way, shape, or form. So I do not want the Pistons to let up any kind of advantage for him in this game at all. I really don't want to see that. I've seen it, but most of those guys annoy me. I watched Players' Choice a few times. It's kind of a rough watch for me. Too many people talking. Yeah, that too kind of kills me. They be having like 7 people talking at the same time, and I can't get too much with it. It's a lot of, especially the Denver media guy. Yeah, Swiper. Swiper's a trip. Because if you say anything bad about his baby boy Jokic, it is World War IV on that ass. He does not play around. But no, yeah, a lot of them, they kind of kill me because they give Cade some love. It makes no sense though because they hold shooting and shooting efficiency over like everything else. Cade is one of the best scorers in basketball, one of the best two-way players in basketball in terms of defense and scoring, and he's arguably the best passer in basketball. But because Kawhi Leonard is more of an efficient scorer, because Ed Edwards is more of an efficient scorer, because Luka they think is more of an efficient scorer, they think Cade is like miles behind these guys, and it just drives me crazy. I hate that stuff. I hate it so much. The channels like that, national media stuff, that's why I try to push as hard as I can with my channel, with the Downtown Deuces, the Everything Kings, because even if we're not talking about the Pistons, we try to give a fair perspective and a wide range of perspective. Because the people I talk to that watch basketball respect defense. It's not just about scoring efficiency. Asar, what the hell was that? Oh my God, come on, Asar. Asar with basically an air ball with a left-handed layup. That was nasty. This offense is not looking. Never mind. I'll just wait. See, they're crowded right now. This Pistons offense looks very crowded right now in terms of how they're playing. I'm petitioning for more commercial with Taylor Rooks. Hey, dial it up. I'll sign it immediately. I'll sign it. I'll create an alias. I'll have my mama sign it. I'll have my daddy sign it. I will get whoever you want signing that. Put Taylor Rooks wherever you want. That is a fine woman right there. Get the ball in, Cade. Gets it to Uncle T. Yeah, it's the whole floor is crowded right now. And now Asar's out. Hey, see, I'm fine with that. And now Twitter gonna freak out because their favorite player is on the bench. But it's the point I was trying to make. Granted, Asar is rusty, but they're playing in a crowd because he's just not giving this team a proper space. So now Kevin Huerter's in the game. Barnes with a put up and he missed it, but he puts it back because of another offensive rebound. Oh, huge bucket by Cade. Again, sometimes you need your superstar to just cool the water off. Brandon Ingram getting checked by Duncan Robinson. I don't like that. Duncan got 4 fouls now. That's bad. Devon, what's good, brother? Appreciate you being here, man. Got the notification late. Everyone needs to play with some energy for real, for real. I totally agree, man. This team looks very just lethargic right now. Oh. Okay, Karras gets it back. K throws it back up, misses it. Trying to clear some things up real quick. I feel like I'm lagging a little bit. Clear a couple things here on my computer. Okay, I think we might be in a better space now. Sorry. Cade, another miss. Offensive rebound by Tobias. Kicks it to Herter. Back to Tobias. Tobias with a layup. Nice. Again, I'm seeing more space already. I'm seeing more space already on this floor. But that's just me, I guess. Ugh, RJ Barrett with a knockdown. Cade, another miss. Cade is not in rhythm right now. Quickly with a floater, misses it. Pistons will get the ball. Yeah, they need some help on the glass. Here comes Ron Holland. Here comes B-Ball Paul. Bad offensive start for the Pistons, shooting 35% in this quarter. That's not good at all. And again, I'm trying to avoid Twitter because I know they're going to have a heart attack right now by saying one of their favorite players being on the bench is hurting them, but it's not. I don't think it is. I think Asar is limiting a lot of the offensive execution that you can see for this team right now. It sucks. JB talks about it all the time. We don't want to play in a crowd. You don't want to play in a crowd. You don't want to play with limited space. If that's the case, put some more space out there available for your team. Great defense by B-Ball Paul. Here comes Cade. Cade blow by. Karis LeVert. Kicks it. Kevin Herter for 3. Oh, missed it. Might want to get Sasser in soon. But then again, I don't know who you put him in for. Maybe Cade, because he's kind of off right now. Foul on B-Ball Paul. Time to put the Red Bull guys out there. The Red Bull? Who are the Red Bull guys? I'm guessing you mean Kevin Herter because of his red hair. But who's the other Red Bull guy? The energy guy. I know what you mean by it, but I just want to know who you mean specifically. Mamo gets stifled. Here comes Brandon Ingram getting guarded by Kevin Herter. Forces a look. Gets an offensive rebound again. No way. That's not a good call at all. That's terrible. I get so aggravated watching our guys miss wide open threes. Yeah, you got to be able to get some space and find a way to knock them down. B-Ball Paul and Ron Holland. Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I like that nickname, the Red Bull guys. They got to clean up on the glass because they are getting hammered right now. This is not good. I don't like watching them just get extra opportunity after extra opportunity after extra opportunity because they can't corral their first rebound. That's going to kill them. And it goes against their identity too. This is a team that's normally really good on the glass, but today they're getting smoked. 17 offensive rebounds compared to the 8 by the Raptors. Yep, and now they finally got one. Almost got another one, but Ron Holland cleans it up and corrals the ball. It was Ron. Way to stay strong with your dribble, Ron. Karis LeVert, dribble, finish. Misses 2 layups, and now here come the Raptors. Damn it. Brandon Ingram kicks out. Ingram for 3, gets it back. Oh, no, that's not good. 28-11 run in the last 8.5 minutes. Pistons have been horrible in this quarter. Really, really bad right now. I like Asar too, but he definitely needs to be better, even if he's slashing. I agree. I totally agree. This quarter has been brutal to watch from an offensive standpoint, and then defensive as well in terms of not rebounding. Had Javonte Green even been out there, don't feel like he's seen him tonight. No, he has not played yet in the third quarter, but it's possible he checks in soon. But then again, this is a problem that you run into. When you have a lot of guys who kind of fill the same things, it's hard to give them all playing time, especially in games like this where what other guys are giving is just not enough. Like, I feel like Ron Holland, Javonte Green, even Asar to an extent, a lot of those guys are kind of giving you the same thing in terms of high energy defense, high effort offensively, some effort on the glass, but outside of that, they can be very inconsistent with other things that they do. One of the most frustrating things about this team is watching the offense go completely dry for a long stretch. Yeah, and that's where things just get kind of just messy with them. It can't just be on Cade to be reliable to go for 30 or 40. You're going to need some other guys to kind of help out. Even JD, like, you can't always be, hey, JD, go get, like, last game against the Memphis Grizzlies, he had 7 offensive rebounds in his 30-point effort. He was phenomenal, but it can't always be that. It can't always be, hey, clean up our mistakes. It can't be, hey, Cade, save us with an ISO play. Hey, JD, save us with an offensive rebound and go get another shot up for us. No, sometimes you need shooters to just connect on the first look. Sometimes you need other guys to be able to set up others for points. And we're just not seeing that right now. Tobias with a quiet 13 right now. Only 1 triple, 6 of 8 from the field. But after that, it's been kind of messy. Duncan having a horrible game. Foul trouble has plagued him all game. He only has 1 point in 19 minutes. He has 4 fouls. Asar has 1 bucket. He's 1 of 7 from the field. And that was just that 1 pick-6 play that he had where he got that easy layup off of the steal he created in the second quarter, which was an awesome play. But outside of that, what else are you doing? You got to be able to do more than that. Like, I don't know, man. I'm trying not to sound like a hater. I hope you guys can understand the points that I'm trying to make without me sounding like a hater. But this team and their limitations can be frustrating to watch. Herder, yeah, they're trying to force it to Cade in the post. It's not there. Global Picture Studios, what's good? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you for checking in. Herder got a pass. Good pass to Ron Holland. You got to go up strong, Ron. Gets blocked by Scotty Barnes. Left-hand floater by B-Ball Paul. Knocks it down. Pistons within 10 now. Pistons had a 5-point lead to close halftime. Now they're down 10 points. This is not good. They got to get control. Three-pointer knocked down from the Raptors. That's what I'm talking about. Those are the plays you need to be able to connect. It can't always be Cade help or JD, do what you do. No, we need some other guys to kind of fill in these kind of areas in terms of shooting, secondary creation. It's a 31-13 run the last 9.5 minutes by the Raptors. That's really bad. Yeah, I heard that too. I definitely heard George call Jalen Duren, or B-Ball Paul Jalen Duren. Cade with a miss. Cade is off right now in this quarter. 7-25 in this quarter by the Pistons. 13-21 from the Raptors. This is disgusting. And a foul on who? Cade? Cade said that's a weak-ass call, man. And Cade gets a technical. Not good. Oh, man. The wheels are coming off right now. And you haven't seen enough from a lot of other guys to kind of help resolve the areas that they're just getting depleted from right now. Even though we don't like what we're seeing right now, make sure you hit that like button on the YouTube channel, please. Hit that like on the video. Subscribe if you have not already. I would really appreciate it. Trying to get to 600 by the end of the month on the subscribers. Mama with a miss. Just under a minute left in the third quarter. Pistons really need to refocus right now because this has been a disgusting third quarter all around. Cade needs a strong fourth quarter. Cade gets some contact and he's going to the free throw line. He was determined. Anytime Cade gets a technical foul, he puts his head down and tries to get his lick back. Crank up the volume for y'all. For anybody who does not have the game on, we'll crank the volume up just so y'all can hear it. Cade with 24, 7 assists, 2 steals, 9 of 19 from the field. He's giving you all he can. I think he had, 16 to close the quarter? To close the first half, excuse me. Detroit Sports Talk, what's good? Where you been, player? I thought you was here. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Again, please hit the like button. Please subscribe and lock into the channel. Paul Reed, brick. Big miss by Brandon Ingram. Here comes Cade. Kicks over to Ron Holland. Ooh, good block. Good Lord. Raptors are a really good defensive team. They don't get a lot of credit for it, but they're a very good defensive team. Brandon Ingram matched up against Oh, good rip up. Brandon Ingram tried to get a shot up. Good rip by Karis LeVert. I was trying to say Scotty matched up against Ron Holland. Excuse me. Need something from the shooting guard wings in terms of buckets. Yeah, you got 1 point from Duncan Robinson. That's what's killing them right now. Oh. Brandon Ingram knocks down a turnaround jumper. I don't know if it's going to count. I couldn't tell if it was before or not. It was 0.6 on the clock, so it was really close. Let's see a quick replay. Oh, no, he's late. That's not going to count. They're going to take that away. They're going to take that away. They're going to take that away for sure. Oh, never mind. He got fouled on that. Sneed got some of Rod's head. Pause. And maybe some arm too. That looked like a foul. Yikes. That was a terrible fourth quarter. Y'all want to hear these numbers? The Raptors were 36 points to the 17 by the Detroit Pistons in that quarter. Yikes. I think they're going to take that 2 away from Brandon Ingram, so it's going to be 34-17, but either way, that's not good. Yeah, 34-17. They took the bucket away. Yeah, who said it? When these games are on where they're struggling offensively and they just don't have a rhythm at all, and it's not a whole lot of other production from other guys, these are the games where those outside media heads talking about their lack of belief in the Pistons are looking right. Because you can't have games like this. You just can't. We got 18 people in here, man. Please make sure y'all liking the video. Please make sure y'all helping support the channel. I would really appreciate it. I will donate y'all some Girl Scout cookies if I could. Just to say thank you. Please help run them numbers up. I really appreciate the support, y'all. I've never seen a collection of wings and shooting guards that are literally frightened to shoot the rock. Exactly. It's a lot of guys who hustle. It's a lot of guys who work hard. It's a lot of guys who have grit. But sometimes you need some guys who can just put the ball in the hoop too. I think that's what we see with, like, to me, I keep going back to this team. San Antonio they have the wings that I want the Pistons to have. They have good defenders, but they have good scorers too in what they do. So while the Pistons have really good defenders, they also have those wings who are really iffy as scorers. And that's a balance that hurts this team a lot. Marcus Sasser just checked in, put up a floater, and he missed it. We got Sasser, Jalen Duren, Javonte Green, Tobias Harris, and Karis LeVert on the floor right now. Scotty Barnes puts the shot up and misses it. Javonte Green with a board. Here comes Karis LeVert with the ball. Kicks it to Tobias. Back to Karis. Karis for three. Man. Cannot have an air ball like that, Karis. You can't. You were wide open, too. There was no contesting, and you just airballed it to the left. Yikes. I don't need any cookies. I got to get into shape. All right, Devon, that's fine. Oh, man. Here comes Jakob Poeltl again. Jakob Poeltl has been a thorn in the side of the Pistons all game. Tobias triple try. Knocks it down. Tobias Harris got 16. Uncle T trims the lead down to 11. RJ Barrett floater, left hand misses it. Guess who again? Jakob Poeltl offensive rebound. Getting damn close to a 2020 game at this point. Yeah, Greg just said it too. Never seen a Pistons team like this struggle this hard on the defensive glass. Scotty Barnes gets an and one finish over Marcus Sasser. What's maddening is watching our guys, even Duncan, sometimes missing wide open threes, and our opponents constantly knocking down contested triples. And that's been the story. That's been the story. What's happened to the team's defense. I feel like I don't know if they've done a bad job on defense. They've contested shots, but they're not closing possessions. You have to be able to close a possession with a rebound. You keep giving Jakob Poeltl an extra board. You keep letting Scotty Barnes tap the ball out. You keep letting their hustle guys, create extra opportunities, and it's murdering them right now. I don't know what's going on. This is bad to watch. I don't like this at all. I don't like this at all. K needs his Dumars, a 3-and-D playmaking shooting guard. JD needs his Sheed, a two-way power forward that can play the 5 and spread the floor. I like where you at, Devon. I like where you at. Again, I respect having a bunch of hustle guys that play really good defense, but sometimes you need some bucket getters too. You don't have enough of that. I'm going to go back to the Spurs point again. Vassell and Castle, even their point guards, even guys like De'Aaron Fox or Dylan Harper, like those are guys that play good defense, but they can fill it up and go get you 20 as well. They have 4 guys that can go get you 20 as well, on top of playing good defense. Ron Holland right now is not a guy that can go get you 20 points. Asar's not a guy that's going to go get you 20 points. Duncan can go get you 20 points, but he's not a great defender. Like, you need a complement of both, not just Cade and JD kind of carrying the bucket to help make opportunities on offense for everybody else. Like, that's not enough. Tobias, you can't really rely on that from him. He's in his 16th season. I think the offensive limitations with this team is an absolute problem. Like, yes, it's cool to see what Asar and Ron can give you in terms of transition scoring, but if they're not playing in transition, you see how limited this team is offensively, especially on nights where their shooters are not connecting. So you're not getting out in transition like they were in the first half, and you're not knocking down three-pointers like you were in the first half. Really bad combination against a team as hungry as the Raptors are, who have the ability to exploit that and hit you on both ends and kill you on the offensive glass in the same contest. Now we get to watch a Jakob Poeltl highlight contest. He's like their Valanciunas, kind of. Look at him running the floor, hitting floaters, grabbing extra rebounds. Jalen Duren out of position, waiting under the hoop. Not good. 18 and 14 with 8 offensive rebounds for Jakob Poeltl. That's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. The number one free agency they should target is Kevin Porter Jr. But you know what? I'm not even going to hate on that, bro. I'm not going to hate on you for saying that. I'm not a big Kevin Porter Jr. fan. But again, considering the offensive ability that is lacking on this team, you need something. You need something. A lot of the guys that are, we haven't even seen Dennis Jenkins at all today. Dennis Jenkins has not played at all today. JD takes Poeltl off the dribble, misses it. He slips. And see, that's what I'm saying too. JD is their number 2 scorer, and he's still kind of unpolished as a creative scorer on his own. His best score is when he's catching lobs and setups from Cade, or if he's cleaning up on the offensive glass. Rebound, JD. Here comes Javonte Green. Pistons down 14. No, it's not there, JD. Throws a turnover. Karras wasn't even looking for the ball. Ugh, man. Quickly with a floater, misses it. Tobias Harris on the glass. Here comes Karis LeVert. Spread out. Get some space. Get some space. Get some space. Get some space. Tobias loses the ball. Sasser for 3 in the corner. Misses it. Javonte Green picks up a board. Karis. Just go up, Karis. Misses it off the glass. Tobias with the ball. Knocks it down. Man, this team is hard to watch when they are struggling offensively. Especially coming off, again, the 3-game stretch that we just saw where they look like a lights-out shooting team. K is spraying the ball around, setting up guys, getting good looks, quality looks, open looks, and they're knocking them down, taking advantage. Now, not at all. Marcus Sasser, floater, misses it. JD with a putback. Jakob Poeltl's down on the ground. He got hurt. Pistons within 10 right now. The board situation has been consistent all year. Lost 2 cup games because of it. But they have not been the same since the break on defense. I feel you on that. I feel like they've had a lot of injuries to kind of deal with. Duren in and out of the lineup. Stu in and out of the lineup. I don't know. They're in a tough spot. Eric, in your opinion, what's the move for us this offseason? Who do we need to go after? And who and what should we be willing to give up for that player? Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think you need a splash. I think you do. I think a lot of the players that are on this team, I think fans need to be ready to depart with some fan favorite names. Like while a lot of guys like even last season like a THJR and Beasley and Tobias like those guys showed that they could be helpful, but I still think the Pistons need a guy that you can keep around and build for 5 to 10 years. They thought they had that with Jaden Ivey, but his injury unfortunately derailed that. So that's changed a lot of their plans. They need to find a guy that can fill in what Ivy was supposed to do. For me, who I think they should go be looking at and trying to get, I don't really know. It depends on who teams are willing to part with, and we don't know who those players are at this moment. Um, a big name that people have been harping about is Trey Murphy. I would love that for them. I don't think that's going to be easy to get, though, because I don't think getting a star level player from the GM that you just fired 2 years ago is going to be easy. I don't think Troy Weaver or Joe Dumars are going to be trying to run any favors for the Detroit Pistons in letting you have some of their key component players. But yeah, I think this is the biggest offseason for Trajan Langdon. I don't think you can wait for internal development much longer. I don't think you can wait for Asar and Ron to put their jump shot together. I think you got to go find somebody. And I feel like you may have to depart with some names that a lot of people may love. Again, I've said it all since last season. I think there's only 2, maybe 3 untouchable players on this team. That's Cade, obviously, Jalen Duren, and I would say maybe Isaiah Stewart. But then again, I think you might be willing to listen to some conversations there. If you really need a star level player, again, you can't just have guys that are great on one end of the floor and complete liabilities on the other. It's like Luka with the Mavericks, or maybe not Jokic, because I think it's a little different as a big man, because he still gives you, 10, 12 rebounds a game. But for the Mavericks, when they had Luka, they're willing to get rid of him because he played no defense. He was great on offense, but a liability on defense. I think it's even worse when you're great on defense, but somewhat of a liability on offense. Sasser for 3, misses it. And see, Sasser's not even in rhythm because he's barely been playing today. No trading Asar, I'll trade Duren. Okay. That's up to y'all. If that's what you're willing to do, cool. But be very clear. I think you're going to have to... I ain't gonna lie. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I think he's gonna have to be Asar or Ron Holland. I really think so. Because if one of them don't take a significant leap as a scorer, and again, I'm not saying they gotta be Steph Curry, they don't have to average 20, but you have to give something to elevate what we're seeing right now. They're 2 of the 10 worst shooters in basketball. They don't give you enough consistently as a creator and a driver for others or themselves. Like, they just don't have that. So unless you see that next year, I think it's going to have to be one of those 2 guys. Good steal by Javonte Green. Nice open field dunk. Pistons within 10. Xavier, you think Asar is untradeable? You really think he's an untouchable player on this team? Why would you say Xavier? Why do you believe? And again, I'm not hating. We're just having a conversation. I'm not finna be mad. Why do you think Asar is untouchable or untradeable? Richard, I think Ron is more likely to develop. I would agree with that, Richard. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think based on Ron's confidence, I think based on Ron's mechanics as a scorer and a shooter, again, like I said before, like at least Ron is at least willing to take shots. I don't even think Asar is willing to take shots when he's open. Xavier, I'm interested in what you think, bro. Why do you think Asar is an untouchable player on this team? Who would y'all be willing to part ways with to go get a star level guy? Like, for example, I don't think it's going to happen. But again, if let's say New Orleans is willing to part ways with Trey Murphy, or maybe let's say Atlanta was willing to part ways with Jalen Johnson in Atlanta. Who would you be willing to give up to get one of those 2 players? Because you're not going to be able to just say, hey, take Sasser and some picks and just make it happen. Like, no, it's going to have to be somebody that you love. So who would y'all be willing to let go of to go get a serious player to add next to Cade Cunningham? I wanted them to trade that Ron pick. I wanted Scar because they need a 7-footer. I don't think it's anyone on the market at this moment, though. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, you have to find someone who's willing to move. It's it's not a free for all. So you're gonna have to sweeten the deal. That's what I'm saying. If it's not a free for all, and these teams and these players are not looking to move some of these guys, you got to be able to convince them with one of your good guys. Cade knocks down a hook. Pistons back within 10. Asar is 100% untradeable, incredible talent, DPOY talent. But is that DPOY talent enough for what this team is looking for? Because you can see what they look like offensively. If he's not playmaking, if he's not setting up other guys, if he's not crashing the glass, like he's struggled today. He's not having a good game at all. And you just saw, again, with these last 3 games, what this team can look like when they have shooting and when they have offensive threats around. So it's cool to have defense. Like, Asar's not the only defender on this team. Cade's a good defender. Ron Holland is good enough to be a number 1 defender on a plethora of teams in the NBA. So, like, it's a lot of defenders on this team. So, I don't know, man. It all depends on what you guys are willing to depart with. Because you're not going to be able to finesse anybody. You're going to have to give up something that'll hurt your heart a little bit. Those Spurs guys can shoot already. That's my point, Richard. That's exactly what I'm saying. They give you, that's what I want for this team, me personally. They're good defenders, but they're also good offensive players that can score, pass, rebound, and do everything else. Instead of just one DPOY candidate type of player who's really good defensively, but leaves a lot to be desired offensively. You get shooting at shooting guard at the 4 first. Asar game after the injury. You get shooting at shooting guard. Yeah, like, be clear. You had that with Duncan Robinson, but he was really bad today. His foul trouble put him in a tough spot. He hasn't really given you much defensively. He's been horrible today. Duncan was really bad today. Again, the Spurs have the perfect setup of what I want for this team. You have a superstar that they're building around over there. Every time we talk about the Spurs, we've been talking about the Spurs and I haven't even said Victor Wembanyama's name. Because while he's amazing and he does great things for that basketball team, he has the perfect complementary pieces around him that make life so much easier for him. So having Castle who can score, Vassell who can score, Dylan Harper can score off the bench, De'Aaron Fox can go fill it up at any given point. We saw that. He had 20 plus in the first quarter against the Pistons last time they played. I think he went for 30. Defensive foul on the Raptors. Looks like Javonte Green's going to go to the line for 3. So, like, yes, I agree with you, Xavius. And again, I'm not mad at you if you like Asar, but you have to be willing to admit and understand that he is leaving a lot to be desired offensively. So if you want him to stay, he has to take a significant jump as a scorer. Not just a playmaker, not just, I can create some steals and create buckets in transition. No. It's easy to score in transition. You got to be able to take a significant jump offensively as a scorer in half-court sets. I'm not talking about just being a 40% shooter. It has to be more than that at this point. And he's not even giving you that. Yeah, Nah would have been perfect for this team. They were interested in him. I know he signed a big contract, but, I mean, it was worth it for what Atlanta's getting right now. He's perfect in that system. They're a point guard away from being big business over there in the East. They made a good job to see. That's what I'm saying. Trae Young was beloved in Atlanta. He was beloved out there, but you had to move on from him to open that window for other guys to flourish, like Jalen Johnson, like Nah. They got some good talent over there on that team. And it fits better to not have Trae Young, who's a big liability defensively, and can be somewhat inefficient as a scorer offensively as well. He's a great playmaker, but he's super undersized, not a good defender. So he left a lot to be desired with that team. I understand why they sent him over to Washington. Brandon Ingram. Asar guarding him. Misses it. There you go. And another offensive rebound for Scotty Barnes. Ingram for 3. Misses it. Pistons get the board. B-ball Paul. Here comes Cade Cunningham. Pistons down 9. They got to get going right now. They got to get going right now. Here comes Cade trying to drive, find some space. Up fake, up fake. He's triple teamed. You see what I'm saying, y'all? Triple teamed. Ugh. His defensive impact is enough. It offsets his offensive deficiencies. I disagree, bro. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I totally disagree with that. Asar is the 3rd worst free throw shooter in basketball. He is a complete liability as a shooter and a spacer. I don't agree with that at all. If the Pistons agree with that too, they wouldn't have Fred Vincent here as well. They wouldn't have a shooting coach trying to help fix his offensive deficiencies. I disagree with that. Cade jumper knocks it down. Like if Asar was enough of a threat in terms of getting to the hoop and finishing at the rim, that would be something that offsets the deficiencies as well. If he was an average, let's say Asar was a 75% free throw shooter, but still a bad 3-point shooter, that would offset the deficiencies. But that's not the case. Another offensive rebound for the Raptors. So no, man, I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I think Asar needs to take a significant jump offensively next season. Asar with a bad foul on Scotty Barnes. You pushing him out of the way. You're not even blocking him out. Is he holding him? He said Asar said he was holding him. Let me see a replay. I would trade Asar and Duncan for Dylan Brooks and Grayson Allen if the Suns would do it. I understand the thought process. Maybe not those names specifically, but I understand the point that you hitting at, Global Pictures. I get you. It's not just Asar's poor shooting. It's the lack of aggression. That's what I'm saying. It's not just that he doesn't shoot. He don't even try to shoot. That's my point. Good rebound by Asar. Here come the Pistons in transition. Cade with an easy throwdown. And he screamed to the camera. Okay, get your FaceTime on. Pistons within 5. 7-0 run within the last 2 minutes. The Pistons are down 5. 104-99. Pistons got to get going right now. And we got a turnover. Here come the Pistons with some momentum right now. Pistons got some life. Here we go. Here we go. K with a blow-by over Scotty Barnes. Good night. Oh, he's screaming too. I like when Cade is aggressive. Cade with RJ Barrett guarding him. Jalen Duren gets a screen. Scotty Barnes with a foul. He's getting a little handsy. Dylan Brooks would be nice, but he's a clown. Yeah, he just got in trouble. Didn't he just get like locked up or something stupid? I don't know. It really sucks that Ivy got derailed. He was really beginning to ascend to what we were hoping he would be for us. I totally agree, Heisenberg. He was looking exactly like what this team needs. Offensive foul, Detroit Pistons. Damn it. I totally agree on Ivy. Primetime, you agree too? Yep, I agree with y'all, man. I don't care what nobody says about his rim finishing and all that other garbage in terms of even his defense. Like, I don't even care about his defense being whatever people thought it was. He was giving you again, there was enough defense around on this team. Uh-oh, here comes Ingram. Oh, damn it. Ingram with a huge triple. I think Ivy was given exactly what this team needs. Let's talk about that later. Good pass by Cade. Good finish by Asar Thompson. Thompson doing a really good job moving without the ball. I do like that about Asar's game. He does a good job moving without the ball to help finish at the rim when they need it. Good poke by Asar. I like your stream. Glad there's Piston streamers. Appreciate you, bro. I really do. Thank you so much, man. Trying to create a good community for the Detroit sports fan base, man. Y'all don't want to listen to Kendrick Perkins talk about the Pistons all day? And Stephen A. Smith. Glad y'all able to tune in. Glad everybody got power, too. I know it's a lot of people who still don't have power right now, so I'm glad y'all are here. Oh, my God. Again, Jakob Poeltl, offensive rebound. Come on, man. JD kicks it to Tobias for three, knocks it down. Huge T. Huge triple by Uncle T. There you go. Pistons back within 5 again. 30 second chance points by the Raptors. Uncle T got 21 right now. Ingram. Oh, almost got a turnover. Cade had a tip on it. Pause. Brandon Ingram gets a and one jumper. Damn it. That's 5 fouls on Duncan Robinson. Why is Duncan even guarding Brandon Ingram as much as he has been tonight? Why? Gets a screen. Cade got to fight through that. I don't like that. I don't like the soft just giving up. Get through that. That's where I'll give Asar a lot of credit. Asar is very good at fighting through screens to stay on his man. Because when you allow those switches, it's barbecue chicken for Brandon Ingram. And that's what it's been all game. But he misses a rebound. Misses a free throw. Here comes Cade. Cade for 3. Misses it. Forced it. Quick one. Pistons down 7, 111, 104. Oh, quickly. I don't think he pushed off at all. I think he just got Duncan out of there. Luckily, he missed. See, Duncan kind of fits the Ivy conversation we were just having. I feel like if Duncan is giving you something as a shooter and a scorer, you can overlook what some of y'all have been saying about Ivy. His playmaking, his defense. You have enough defenders on this team where everybody, like there's no such thing as a basketball team where every single player is a good defender. Like that's just not realistic. So let's say Ivy was a bad defender. It's fine. I'll split the difference with y'all. Ivy's a bad defender. Let's just go with that. He was giving them the best shooting that Cade has had next to him since he's been here. He was shooting 40%, creating his own looks, creating catch and shoot opportunities. He was drawing attention away from Cade, and he was electric enough that he was even able to create advantages to get looks at the rim. Even if people think that he's a bad rim finisher, he was good enough, fast enough, and athletic enough to at least get looks at the rim and get to the free throw line at the very worst. So if Duncan is a bad defender, he's at least giving you threes and shooting and scoring. But if he's not giving you either of that, this team is cooked. This team is in trouble if he can't give you anything. And this has been a game where he's given this team absolutely nothing today. Cade for 3 again. Misses it. Oh, boy. Now the Pistons are in dangerous waters. Down 7, 45 seconds left on the clock. Playing keep away. Quickly with the rock. Swings it to R.J. Barrett. Over to Brandon Ingram for 3, and he makes it. That's game. Damn it. 116-106. Pistons are in trouble. Cade kicks it. Javonte Green for 3. He misses it off the front iron. Yep, Pistons are in trouble. Not enough scoring. Not enough offense. This is where I just disagree, where people say certain deficiencies offensively of players are fine because they're great offensive or defensive players. This is not enough. It's not enough. You had players that were making stops on defense. This is close enough where you were playing okay offensively. Now, granted, again, Poeltl was cooking Jalen Duren. I think that's inexcusable. allowing that many offensive rebounds, that many second chance opportunities is an absolute problem. That speaks for itself. But in terms of the offensive output of this team, I think that's where this team is really missing too much. Tobias was cool. He had 21. Cade, I forgot what Cade had. Let me look up some numbers real quick. Cade drop off to JD for a dunk. RJ Barrett with a breakaway dunk. 119-108. Cade tries to get a lob, turns it over. Oh, now it's our one to shoot. Oh, man. 119-108 final score. Pistons fall. 48-18 will be their record. Moving on from here. Cade Cunningham, 33 points. 20 from Jalen Duren with 11 rebounds. 21 from Uncle T. And outside of that, it was just really bad. Really, really bad day for Duncan Robinson. 24 minutes. He only took 2 shots. Duncan only took 2 shots. To hell with the points. He only took 2 damn shots today. And I think those both were in the first half. Wow. Asar only 4 points. 4 points for Paul Reed in 11 minutes. He didn't even play a lot, even with the beef stew injury. 11 minutes off the bench for Paul Reed. 2 points for Ron Holland. 8 points for Javonte Green. 9 from Karis LeVert, but those were all in the first half. He did nothing in the second. 3 for Kevin Huerter. Didn't do anything really in the second half. Marcus Sasser was quiet and cold. 1 of 6 from the field. That sucks. That sucks. That absolutely stinks. And again, we've been talking about all the issues that transferred here from the Raptors. 20 offensive rebounds. Killed them on the second chance opportunities. Brandon Ingram was constantly matched up against guys who had no business guarding him in the first place. Not good. Not good. The Pistons got to find a way to work out some of these deficiencies offensively. Again, when you have the offensive defense switch, when you bring a Sar back into the lineup, you sacrifice spacing, you sacrifice shooting, you sacrifice rhythm that guys had, and I think it really suffered today in this game. We're going to leave it to that, y'all. I appreciate you guys so much for tapping in and being here with your boy. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. Thank you all so much for being here. I've really had a great time with y'all. Make sure y'all lock in on my social media at I am Eric Vincent. I really appreciate y'all being able to do that. If you haven't yet, please like the video here on YouTube. Please subscribe into the channel as well. I'm really trying to get close to 600 subscribers by the end of the month. I'm really trying to tag up to 1,000 by the end of the year. I'm really trying to make sure we can have a great space and a great community for y'all to have these kind of platforms and channels to watch these kind of games, have these kind of conversations, and we can make that happen with y'all support. So please like the video here on YouTube. Stay tuned for my recap article coming on clutchpoints.com. And of course, stay tapped in with us on at liveonassist.com. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support from y'all so much. I will be back next away game for the Detroit Pistons. Let me check the schedule right fast for them. Again, they don't have a lot of rest in between these games. They will be on a 3-game stretch here, including this one. Lost to Toronto, but they'll be on the road in not back-to-back, but back-to-back games against the Washington Wizards. Tuesday on the road and then Thursday on the road, both against the Wizards. So we will be here and we will be watching together again. Please tap in with your boy. Thank you all so much for the love. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see you again next time on Tuesday. Till then, we out. Peace.